Turn it up, clocking out, driving home, or just turning on. We got the remedy for the daily grind, Monday through Friday. 3:30 to 5:30 EST. Get ready for the shift. It's the Taz effect. It's the Taz effect. Changing up your view, bringing news, history, and commentary to you. 2 hours of power, 5 days a week. It's the real talk and the truth that you seek. Yeah.
Tune your dial, clear your head. Listen up to what's being said.
Yeah,
Hey.
kick it off on Mutual Aid Monday. We're giving back, helping the community. You're staying on track. And Tuesday rolls around and the studio gets blessed. Let's talk about it Tuesday with the Smokin Hot Mess Jess.
From the middle of the week, we're leveling up your brain. Prison Wednesday is here to break the mundane.
Surprising guests who enhance the whole world. Watch the knowledge and the stories get unfurled. It's the Taz effect, changing up your view, bringing news, history, and commentary to you. 2 hours of power, 5 days a week. It's the real talk and the truth that you see. Now Thursday hits and the lines open wide. No placeholders here, nowhere to hide. Think about it Thursday, yeah, the mic is all yours. Call in, chat live, let's open up the door. And just like that, the weekend's inside. We're wrapping up the weekend, we're doing it right. Fun News Friday is the ultimate news party. Coasting you into the weekend, feeling good and hearty. 3:30 to 5:30, make it your daily check. Lock it in, turn it up. You just
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me here for the Taz Effect Daily News in a way you did not know you could use. For those listening in over the radio airwaves at GCPR.live or through our Android or iOS apps, thank you for tuning in. And for those listening and watching from all around the social media sphere, hey, how you doing? So glad you could come through. What up? Hey, Pimpin', how y'all feeling today? How y'all doing? How you mom and them doing? Okay, this is the Mondayest Tuesday ever. Okay, you're gonna understand here in a minute. But real quick, I know it's no longer Monday. But we do still want to help this family. There is a family that is rebuilding after a fire. Remember, their goal is $800. You can cash app them at MEKAPEDSNP. Or if you're in the Tazisms or Sound of Coffee Discord, you can go to Mutual Aid and click on their GoFundMe and help with what you can. Now, why do I say this is the Mondayest Tuesday ever? One, child, I was going to cover Lindsey Graham's public funeral for y'all. Baby, by the time we wrapped the Sound of Coffee, they had wrapped his funeral. Let me tell y'all. Y'all got some coffee, some tea, Mountain Dew, some water. I don't know. Yesterday's Monday so hard. Unsurprised rolled over to Tuesday, joining it. Yeah. Child, get you a drink. Sit back. We about to gossip a little bit, okay? You ain't hear from me. But they didn't have really nothing nice to say about Senator Lady Grahams, okay? Lady Teddy Grahams. You know what they was talking about? The fact that, and this is a quote, Lindsey Graham got Fetterman to wear a suit. Teddy Grahams is dead, but I digress. And then they kept talking about how Lady Teddy Grahams wasn't about all the pomp and circumstance and the formalities. Again, Teddy Grahams is dead. I heard them talk about everything, anything and everything but his sister. Baby, I ain't never seen a funeral. Like, there was no really laying in wait, no, none of that. Like, how you have sunrise, sunset that quick? Like, it was just past 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they had already wrapped the funeral. It was done. Baby, let me explain something to you. I watched a many political funerals, okay? They never go that quick, okay? You got the military bringing in the body. You got all these people that want to talk. You got the choirs, this thing. Like, it's not just for the, like, there's a lot of pomp and circumstance to go along with. He didn't lay in. What? Lady Teddy Grahams, it seemed like you was suckling and cuckling the wrong people. What was you doing? Because I was like, oh, I'll get comfortable. Let me go make a cup of coffee. I'll set everything up. I'll bring the funeral to the people. You know how we do when there's events on the political spectrum. Yeah, they that's what happened. The feud it was done. It yeah. They were like, let's schedule it in before our first vote of the day. It was the only thing I've seen run on time on Capitol Hill in about the past 17 years. I ain't never seen them go through nothing that quick. Okay. They don't even agree on a lunch order that quickly. Like, huh? Yeah, Josina, it was very disrespectful. And I'm like, what? Like, for the people that are criticizing folks who knew Lindsey Graham, that really worked with Lindsey Graham, like, say what you want about Kamala Harris. But as I told you before, there are a lot of people in the GOP right now playing characters, playing caricatures. For a long time, Lindsey Graham did work both sides of the aisle to get things done. This is why he was able to hold that position as long as he was. What made him flippity flop on Trump? I don't know. I don't care, but we do know in the 3 years leading up to his death, he was talking to a documentarian and spilling all the beans. So hopefully they'll let that roll out. I don't know. But I'm like, nobody had anything good to say. Like the fact that they were sitting there talking about, well, he really wasn't a stickler for rules. I beg your finest pardon. And they said, well, only Lindsey Graham could get Fetterman to wear a suit. First of all, Fetterman, that was a bad move on your part because it was the GOP that was upset about you not adhering to the dress code on Capitol Hill. Now that they see that you can and it's not a hindrance, baby, they're going to be on your butt. But for the people who were criticizing, oh, Kamala Harris said things nice. Remember how the people on the right-wing side of politics in the United States were like, oh, what happened to the tolerant left? They're so mean. No, the GOP are mean to their own people. I really, truly hope that when my days are done, there's at least somebody has something nice to say. Somebody actually mourn. My Lord Jesus. Now also, hey, y'all need to be on high alert. Nice pig ring. What are you talking about? Your mama ain't here. But hey, y'all, serious. Let's get serious for a minute. You may be living in a state that may be in the running to take on nuclear waste. I wish I was joking. I really, really wish. Hey, Mike, what's up? So 5 states could take nuclear waste under Trump administration initiative. Oops. What in the world? Okay, there we go. The Trump administration is eyeing 5 states that could accept nuclear waste, which has been a long-time issue with nuclear power. The Energy Department said Tuesday that it signed memorandums of agreement with Utah, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Idaho to explore possible nuclear waste storage in these states. How about no? How about we just stop playing around with nuclear anything? How about that? How about we do that? Earlier this year, the Doofendump administration indicated that it hopes to move forward quickly with new nuclear waste storage sites, saying it hopes to get initial facilities online in the 2027 timeframe. How about you just kick the bucket? Here's the thing. We're fighting a war with Iran. And the story is, they don't deserve nuclear capabilities. And we're steady telling people, no, we're not going to bomb you. That's not what we're working on. While we're trying to get states to take on the nuclear waste. I'm pleased to announce that after reviewing 28 applications from 26 states, let me run this back for y'all. I'm pleased to announce that after receiving 28 applications from 26 states, the Energy Department has selected 5 initial contenders to further explore building nuclear life cycle innovation campuses, Energy Secretary Chris Wright said in a written statement. I'm no mathematician, Jenny, but Why are there 28 applications from 26 states? In states, why are you applying for this? I wonder, has your Puerto Rico sent one in? He described the effort as crucial to unleashing America's nuclear renaissance. Why do we need a nuclear renaissance? Utah submitted twice, probably. Oklahoma, math. That's why we are one of the 5 states. Jesus Christ. Y'all are harsh. Okay. So nuclear energy has had a lot of bipartisan support in Washington as a climate-friendly power source. Who's climate? Who's climate? Because if you got to store the waste, that okay. However, what to do with spent nuclear fuel has been a lingering challenge. You think? You think? In 1987, Congress selected a site in Nevada known as Yucca Mountain as a potential storage site, but locally, the project faced significant opposition. Yeah. You think? You think? The Doofendump administration has said it hopes to quadruple the nation's nuclear energy capacity by 2050. You know, this is reeking do as I say, not as I do. Iceberg capsizing in the environment is not something they want to talk about. Exactly. You don't get to 50th in education without effort, Lord Jesus. You know, we're fighting for the wrong accolades. So hold on. So Associate Justice Gorsuch has broken with the right wing sector of SCOTUS. He said, and I quote, "We were never supposed to be a nation about one religion." I think people forgot the origin story that everybody was forced to learn in primary school. Y'all remember that? They didn't want the pilgrims to worship the way they wanted to, so they had to come over here. Because the French and the English were just so mean. They want to force their tyrannical religions on them poor Protestant pilgrims. Well, nobody explained to you what Protestantism was. So a lot of people don't realize that they're Protestant Christians in this country, but whatever. And now all of a sudden, no, it's a Christian nation. It's a Christian. See, you want conservatives in all these places, but you forget conservatives are supposed to be about the rules. They're supposed to be the sticklers for the rules. And the biggest set of rules that they're supposed to be sticklers for is the Constitution. The Constitution that all of them swore up and down. They have some distant relative that signed the Constitution, took a whiff of the Constitution, was popping twin or something, or rubbed the Constitution up against they oily body, okay? So, of course, the usual suspects are upset that Gorsuch is like, yeah, we're not supposed to be a nation of one religion. And here's the thing. Faux Christians, Christian nationalists, evangelicals. First of all, how are you an evangelical and you have a church home? But that's a conversation for another day. I need you to understand something. The things that you have the biggest problem with are a part of your religion as well. You tell women not to be a stumbling block for men, meaning be modest, cover yourself. But you get upset with Muslim women who cover themselves, but you don't get upset with Christian or Jewish women who cover themselves. You do realize they're all Abrahamic religions. They all come from the same damn family. But what do I expect? When y'all are fighting with the other branch, the other umbrella of Christianity, you got Protestant Christianity and you have Catholicism, and y'all want to battle back and forth like there's two different gods involved there. But also, why am I surprised? Because every time y'all found a rule or a commandment that you don't want to abide by, y'all come up with a whole nother denomination of Christianity. I'm just waiting for the Tu Wong Fu First Woo Bop Bala Bala Bam Bam Missionary Baptist Church of the Deep South Pacific Northwest, Korean, African, Sicilian Church of Nantucket. Like, that's what I'm waiting for at this point. Like that's what I'm waiting for. Because every time y'all don't like what a pastor says, y'all don't like what the Bible says, y'all go take a book out and y'all create your own denomination with a whole new set of traditions and rules and regulations and everything else. Double rock on the side of Jericho. Exactly. But you're going to get upset because people say what they're supposed to say. Like, I will never understand women who proclaim themselves to be Christian getting upset at Muslim women covering their bodies and being at the gym. Muslim women buying hijabs from Lululemon or wherever. Why do you care? Why do you care? There is a nun right now twerking it in the chapel on TikTok. But y'all over there going, yeah, queen, do it. Pop that cooter biscuit, girlfriend. But you're upset that a woman is keeping it demure while you're telling the rest of us to be more demure. Like, I will never understand that. Y'all don't care about anybody else covering up their bodies, but for whatever reason, y'all want to see Muslim women's bodies and you want to see their hair. And I have a theory behind it. And I believe the theory is because it's predominantly melanated women that are Muslim. Because I don't see y'all approaching white Muslim women and doing that. Y'all leave white Muslim women alone. I'm trying my absolute hardest not to let cooter biscuit into my vocab. Let it in, Ash. Let it in. Let it happen. Let the cooter biscuit in, Ash. Let the cooter biscuit in. Them nuns be wilding during Mardi Gras, so no surprise here. Right. Like, y'all mad at all the wrong stuff. You're not mad at kids getting molested. Absolutely not. But you're mad that a woman is covering herself up. Y'all be the same ones that want to blame a woman because your husband or your boyfriend is sitting there staring and gawking at her. Are you for real? There's a woman I know that every chance she gets, she takes a pot shot. Better women in the tight dresses and the short dresses walking around me. Girl, if your husband is that easily swayed, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Yes, Annabelle, they learned it from Christian women who do the same thing. It's all that everybody got the same rules. They just call the rules different things. Now, a dissatisfied MAGA pundit calls out Mitch McConnell on CNN after latest proof of life photo. You know, as a joke, I thought about taking a series of pictures of myself, okay? And call them proof of life and just putting them on the screen and doing all the shows. But then I was like, wait a minute, I didn't warn anybody about that, and I didn't want anybody to freak out and think something happened. A former Republican congressional staffer called out Senator Glitchy Mitch and his lack of transparency as his mysterious absence stretches into its 6 weeks. First of all, stop criticizing Glitchy Mitch, okay? And that's a lot coming from me because we know my beef with Glitchy Mitch goes back decades at this point. But we know he did, okay? He in the lower room. Okay, let me explain something to you. If anybody asks you where he's been, this whole time, he's going down to yonder. He's going down yonder. Yeah. He's going down under to be with his dark Lord. Yeah, that's where he been. Criticize the staffers. I'm not even gonna say criticize his family because they obviously don't like him. So the 84-year-old senator's office issued a second photo Monday showing McConnell seated in a hospital bed alongside his wife, Elaine Chao, and explained that he was undergoing intense physical therapy on doctor's orders, but Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear expressed doubts about his claims and demanded more clarity. Because here's the thing. If you're to the point where you have to go to a rehab facility because of your health, you're not going to look as spry as he's looking in them pictures. Okay? And he don't have no other clothes. He done turned into the new cartoon villain. I thought we already had Trump, who doesn't change his wardrobe. The attending physician's written statement does not discuss your actual condition, including whether you can speak, reason, or carry out your duties as senator. The governor stated in a letter, I understand anyone's desire for privacy, but when you run for office and serve as one of a state's 2 U.S. senators, you willingly abdicate much of your personal privacy. Absolutely. Hey, Nana J. Remember I told y'all the whole big kerfluffle with the Pentagon last year. Remember? And before somebody goes, HIPAA, y'all don't understand nothing about HIPAA. Y'all heard one little thing about it. Y'all don't read any of the information provided to you, and you just scream, HIPAA. Hungry, HIPAA yourself into the corner. Okay? No. And at this point, like I said, this is a regular occurrence. Everybody's focused on it because it's Mitch the Glitch. He's notable. You know who he is, and he's a former Senate leader. Let's not forget year before last, we had a congresswoman that was in a hospice facility, essentially, and she passed away. It happens so much, but also because y'all don't do checks and balances. Some of y'all don't even know who your employees are. You just pay and payroll, get nothing in return. Y'all be checking in on nothing. I tell you, I check. Okay, I'm checking. I want to know. As governor of the state you serve, I'm calling on you to directly and verbally address the people of Kentucky and provide proof of your capacity to serve or resign, Beshear added. And I love that he said that. Verbally address it. Because I'm sorry, and before somebody goes, that's being ableist. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. We know what my job is. Okay? I cannot run a radio show. I cannot teach if I cannot speak. If you pay me to do that, you are entitled to ask me, girl, pick up the phone. I want to hear you. Can you speak? Can you reason? Before I send you any more coins. Y'all keep wanting to making excuses for people, but you out here not represented to the capacity that you should be, but you're being taxed more than you should be, and y'all ain't saying nothing. But y'all love shouting out y'all generations, talking about, yeah, you know I'm bad at that. No, you're not. I match energy. No, you don't. Maybe you match Mitch the Glitch's energy, which is corpse energy. I don't know. Talking about, I wish somebody would. They did. They're currently still doing it. Now what? I think every American wants more transparency. That's what T.W. Arihi, a former communications aide to late Senator Teddy Grahams, said. Even the Republicans of Kentucky would like it. I'm not saying Mitch McConnell is lying or being deceitful. Yes, you are, and so are the rest of us. I just think he should be more forthright and put out a quick video. But you know that they're not going to. Mitch McConnell needs to prove he's still capable of performing his job. Mitch McConnell needs to prove that he's able to perform going to the potty by himself. Well, not only that, senators are representatives of the country on the federal level. They represent all of us. They're voting for all of our best interests. As the so yeah, Mitchie is gone. That boy is, cause he is now rock heavy. He got that rigor mortis, cause he is rock heavy. That boy is with the Lord. just to put things in perspective, it has been 43 days. 43 days. They're so lucky that, yeah, they are. They're probably still working out the kinks with the AI Mitch. I'm telling here's the thing. I'm waiting for them to try to roll out a hologram Mitch. And not to be funny, but enough time has gone past. You know how they tried to do with contractual obligations for Tupac, Biggie, and Whitney Houston, where they tried to, like, if y'all don't stop. That the Whitney Houston hologram was looking very Christina Aguilera. I was like, how y'all act like y'all know y'all see color every other day? Then black folks died, and all of a sudden you act like we ain't never had no color. So yeah, just to put things in perspective, it has been 43 whole days. 43 days. Not a word from Mitch. We can't take it, won't take it now. Just put that man in the ground, okay? It's only so long you can keep a popsicle like that on ice, okay? He already looked like he was sliding off the bone. And it's been hot. It has been record-breaking hot. Go ahead and take him out the deep freezer, okay? Go ahead and take him. Your mama says she's not making him for dinner. Just take him on out, let him defrost. Go ahead and let him lay in wait. Actually, the way y'all doing funerals nowadays, y'all probably just gonna do his funeral between wherever you got his body hidden and the morgue. You just probably gonna have the chaplain walk with the gurney and just go ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Going to the devil is a must. I feel like that's what's gonna happen, because what? I'm still stuck on how quick Lady Teddy Graham's funeral was. Ain't no way. I ain't no. Ain't no way. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Bacon lovers. Bacon lovers. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. Hold on. Someone called. I have the same schedule every day. Every day. All right. Oh. Okay. That doesn't want to open up. Let's do this. So, bacon lovers, come to the front. Keep in mind, I'm the messenger. Keep it cute. Keep it sweet. No one had time for Lady G's AI, so they didn't have a choice. Well, yeah. So, Lord have mercy. Bacon lovers. Bacon lovers. Maybe y'all will get on board with the beef bacon now. Maybe you will. Maybe, I don't know. But like I said, keep in mind, keep in the mind that I'm just the messenger. Over 12,000 pounds of bacon recalled. We're just gonna be eating thoughts and prayers. That's what we're gonna be eating. Thousands of pounds of bacon shipped to the United States from Canada were recalled due to an import violation, according to the Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service. The recall was issued after authorities said the not ready to eat smoked bacon product didn't receive an import re-inspection before it was sent to the United States, though it did undergo other inspections. The FSIS stated in its July 24th notice. I'm glad I waited a minute and did not end the broadcast because my dad sitting here calling back to back, making my heart drop, thinking that there was an emergency. And his text just came through. He just wants to talk. Again, I have the same damn schedule every day. I mean, I know part of the news that he wants to tell me, and it's not the best news, but it is what it is. Not to sound cold hearted. In total, around 12,036 pounds of bacon imported by Maple Leaf Foods were recalled. Canada, did you do this on purpose? You mad at us that much? We didn't do it. Do we still have that department, the Food Health Safety Inspection thing? I don't think so. I don't think we do, Nightbird. I don't. There have been no confirmed reports of illness or injury related to the product, but the FSIS urged consumers not to eat it and instead to throw it away or return it to the original place of purchase for a full refund. Before you throw anything away in this economy, we all got social media. Hit up our Canadian cousins and ask us. Plus, I feel like we're safer if this administration does not get their hands on stuff. I feel like every time they touch something, we get explosive something, okay? Explosive snot bubbles, poopy juices, like everything. Like, absolutely any out. I feel, So the states where the bacon has been distributed. The products were sent to grocery outlet distributors and retailers in Idaho, Oregon, and Washington state. USA Today did contact Maple Leaf Foods for additional information, including whether other states could be impacted. A full list of locations where the products was distributed will be posted on the FSIS website once it is available. What is being recalled? Royale Natural Applewood Smoked All Natural. Why y'all gotta have these long butt names for everything? Anywho, Royale Natural Applewood Smoked All Natural Uncured Bacon Product of Canada. Canada, I just let go of my previous beef with y'all. Don't resurrect it because of just that name alone. That's part of my beef with the UK. Long unnecessary names. This is a 12-ounce vacuum package with the following sell-by dates printed on the side of the package. September 1st, 2026. Oh, that's gone. Whoever had that, they done ate it. September 7th, 2026. Again, that bacon been candied, fried, chopped up, and laid to the side. I apologize. Just need to talk this quick. Yes, I love him, but he tends to forget. And I want y'all to know his baby brother is watching this show. Unc, call your brother. Thank you. Tell him give me an hour. I'll get with him. The second one is Top Value, and it's VALU, no E, uncured hardwood smoked bacon product of Canada. I'm concerned that y'all keep calling it bacon product, but okay. I don't like it being called hardwood because when I hear hardwood, I think of floors, you nasties. And that is a 12-ounce vacuum package with the following sell-by dates printed on the side of the package: September 1st, September 2nd, September 4th, September 5th, September 7th, all 2006. So September 3rd is cool. September 6th is cool, but not okay. The recalled products were produced on the following dates: June 9th, June 10th, June 12th, June 13th, and June 15th. Y'all take some weird days off, but okay. EST1 is also printed on the side of the package. Okay. The recall also comes about a week after President Doofendump's administration announced 50% tariffs on many Canadian imports. So you want us to double purchase that? You better go eat your bakey bake. Just eat the bakey bake. The tariffs are expected to impact goods imported into the United States from Canada's auto, alcohol, and dairy industries. They're scheduled to take effect on August 19th, but Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney signaled he is open to negotiations, so the final rate and scope will still change. You know what? I have a feeling that people are going to resurrect something from the 1980s and 1990s. And Megabus, do you think? I feel like people are going to start be able to get discounted tickets on the Megabus, and they're going to be able to go shopping for certain grocery items up in Canada and come back over. I feel like yeah. I feel like it. That's what's so yeah, I don't know what to tell y'all to eat. Now the saga of the reflecting pool continues. Now I'm no expert on this, but I do watch quite a bit of Law and Order and some true crime. And I do know one thing, okay? If you're gonna lie, make sure the people that were involved in whatever you did know the lie so that they can lie with you. Okay. Side note, if I witness it or you get me involved in something, save giving me a script. Because if you don't know, I'm gonna forget that I'm supposed to have a script. And what am I, class? The queen of dry snitching. Okay. I may not tell on you, but I may accidentally tell on me, which if we did it together, you now told on. So yeah, maybe not involved me. But Trump's DOJ's own witness said reflecting pool had substantial pre-existing damage before alleged vandal touched it. I'm tired of the reflecting pool too. I wish the reflecting pool would show people, mostly MAGA, the true reflection of dupe and dump. Yes, am I going to keep calling him every variation of Doofenshmirtz? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's my hobby. You can join in or not. But it makes me feel good about this hellscape. Okay? Do what you will with that information. Okay? Don't be a party pooper over here. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, lawyers for David Hearn, the former Olympian who was arrested and accused of vandalizing the reflecting pool, filed a motion Monday citing key testimony they say supports dismissing their client's case from a witness for the prosecution. Here's the thing. White people, hey white people, how you doing? Hey boofy butt, come to the front. You do realize they really just want to lock y'all up, right? Y'all spent, either you spent this time or you allowed your kindred to spend way too much time talking about indentured service, and we were slave too. We so oppressed. Everybody gets away with everything when it comes to us. We're under attack. Your owner about to attack you. Your owner about to attack you. Out of all the people that have been to the reflecting pool, they honed in on a white man, a national treasure, if you will, because y'all know how the people in the United States treat Olympians. Okay, well, and then you want a medal? You want a medal? And you're encasing the complexion for protection, baby. Listen, okay. Usually that was the ultimate get out of jail free card. How do I know? Hugh the swimmer. lived not far from my maternal granny and papa's house. I remember when he got them baby. And for years, there was a parade. He was in it. If they're like anything, and I'm not knocking it. Hey, you did the hard work. I know a monochrome of the dedication and sacrifices that not just the athletes, but their families, financially, mentally, emotionally, put into getting them to the Olympics, let alone being able to medal, let alone getting the gold medal. So I'm not knocking it. Hey, rack up all the accolades. Let them put your face and name any and everywhere you can and get that coin. Not knocking it. Don't take it that way. But usually that, especially if you're white and you're a man, if you got the dangly bitch, if your undercarriage is an extrovert and not an introvert, baby, this country is your oyster. And they trying to put him behind the borders and lock away the key. They want him to for real have a jailhouse rock. Baby, why? Over a pool? President Doofenshmirtz has been infuriated by the troubles plaguing the work he has directed for the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool, including bright green algae and peeling paint. Trump and others in his administration have claimed the problems have been caused by vandals. These claims have been met with much skepticism by the media and local DC residents, but several arrests have been made nonetheless. And here's the thing. Before you go, but he always makes these claims and he never arrests anybody yet, and usually it goes away. You want to know something else? I've told you this from the beginning. He watches social media. So do his sycophants. So do members of his regime. So they're taking note and they're like, yeah, we can't just keep tossing out accusations. And after how everything has been botched with ICE and then making all these accusations, plus his sycophants are running out of things to fabricate. And they're not good at it. Okay, let's not forget the mugshot of Renee Good that they tried to put together. Baby, listen. In the rap sheet they tried to put together for Alex Pret. Baby, you got to read the what AI generates for you before you put it up there. So yeah, they have to do that. And if they're like, yeah, we'll take out, hey, Devon, we'll take out, one of the top of us. They're going to make examples of you. They don't care about me. My black behind been oppressed. And I'm a woman. They don't care. So one of these arrests was Hearn, who was hit with a charge of destruction of government property when he stopped at the reflecting pool to check it out after a bicycle ride. I want y'all to think of a few things. Yes, Trump and his entourage drove on the reflecting pool, but also the reflecting pool is granite. Granite is not porous. They decided to paint it. Because he wanted it to. Trump's idea of a pool is a commercial pool that you would find at a motel, hotel, Holiday Inn. Okay, I'm gonna be serious. Are y'all finally ready to let go of the lie that Trump grew up in wealth, that Trump knows how to maneuver in wealth? Because he doesn't. He doesn't. That contractor was incompetent, and there was it was Trump's friend. That's Trump's pool guy, who has some interesting connections to Epstein himself, and whose own sister died under interesting circumstances. If you have not been keeping up with the Epstein/Maxwell Files updates at TazJ77 on YouTube, you might want to do that. Go to the playlist, get caught up. But honey, baby, booski boo boo. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 2 Republican senators threatened to blow up Todd Blanche's attorney general nomination. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Let it sink in. I told y'all, we're in the lame duck phase, and Trump is showing that he's not gonna make it. because his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he's croaking soon. I ain't got no good sense. Um, remember, I told y'all my uncle watches this every day, so y'all should know he ain't saying nothing. This me for y'all to be like, how do you act around your family like this? I know I'm a cornball. I'm a cute and cuddly cornball. It appears that two outgoing Republican senators are prepared to take the nomination of Todd Blanche for Attorney General. Oh, yeah, there's that. There are a lot of career and legacy GOP politicians that are like, yeah, we're out. They're also seeing how their cohorts are being treated. They need to go make up for lost time, reconnect with some people because they don't want to die like Lady Teddy Grahams and have a funeral that's so quick. So Tom Tillis, I think like an unliving screenshot. So appreciate you. Thank you, Amy. Tom Tillis and John Cornyn, who hold Blanche's future in their hands, are particularly concerned with the status of President Doofendump's $1.776 billion anti-weaponization fund, a controversial move to provide financial assistance to anyone who feels they've been attacked for supporting the president. Cornyn noted in Blanche's most recent confirmation hearing that even though Blanche claimed the fund was dead, there was no written agreement to actually kill it. And what did we learn from the Carmelo Anthony case, ladies and gentlemen? Get it in writing. Get it in writing. Huh? So now Cornyn is demanding it in writing. He said, and I quote, "What I want is the written document to say the same thing he did in his sworn testimony in front of the Judiciary Committee. And as you recall, what he said is the weaponization fund is dead. He said the audit immunity basically doesn't extend to parties beyond the lawsuit and doesn't also extend to future actions by federal agencies other than the IRS. That's what we're trying to get them to agree to, which is again what his sworn testimony was. So I don't know why they're so reluctant to do that when he's already sworn to it. Tillis, too, said he wants changes to the settlement agreement with the IRS, which created the $1.776 billion slush fund and gave the Trump family immunity from future IRS audits. Here, quick caveat, because we love for things to be factual. Okay. The fund already existed. They just want to take $1.776 billion of the fund and reallocate it. Tillis previously threatened to block Blanche's nomination unless he met with survivors of Jeffrey Epstein. Blanche did so earlier this month, but survivors said the meeting was demoralizing as Blanche continued to avoid answering their questions. With the career that Blanche has had, I need y'all to understand the mancacity of Anglo-Saxon men. I want you to think about what it takes to become an attorney. There's a difference between a lawyer and an attorney. What it takes to become an attorney. What it takes to climb the ranks for people to know your name coast to coast as an attorney. And for you to throw all of that away, especially after watching so many attorneys from the first administration that were previously in the sphere of a one Donald John Trump Sr. be censured, lose their licenses, be indicted, be convicted, have to pay punitive damages in civil suits, why you would want to do it. Let me explain something to y'all. Once upon a time, I rocked hard with a group of people. Okay. And to a certain point, I was like, you know what, burn it all down. We got the, and then I realized I got to take a step back. I have worked too hard for certain things for me to give up everything and completely tank my reputation for some stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me. These ain't my crimes. And I will never understand the education on the secondary level is not cheap. And even if you say, well, he could have went to school on scholarship. When I talk about something not being cheap, I'm also, thank you, Amy. I'm also talking about the mental capital that's paid, the emotional, the physical cap. Because when you're going to class, that baby, that costs energy. I was talking to a group of people right before this show about one class I had to take in college that did a number on me. Like did a number on me. And there are times that is my reason why to keep pushing forward. Like, no, girl, you worked too hard to get this. And don't forget what you went through to pass that class. And baby, listen, when I tell you that class took me up and through there, I mean, up and through there. I'm not, and ain't no, and I have a good friend. Both parents have worked in the field of litigation, of the legal arena for decades. And I've talked to them about it. And they're like, there's no way. With everything you have to do to get to that point, So Tillis, I'm sorry. It just felt like more political posturing and using survivors the way that we've been used as political pawns. Epstein survivor and anti-human trafficking educator Elizabeth Stein said at the time. Corden and Tillis's no votes would effectively kill Blanche's nomination, as he needs the support of 11 Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee to move forward. As of right now, it looks like he won't get it. The Senate Judiciary is planning to vote to advance Blanche's nomination on Thursday. I'm not going to make any predictions on this because there have been plenty of times where it looked like the votes were not in favor of the person. Based on preliminary voting, all that stuff. And then in the 11th hour, bada bing, bada boom, they get confirmed. So what the factors were to look at previously when it comes to politics, that's out the window, honey. We are flying by the seat of our pants here lately. Now I'm not going to lie. When I first heard that Todd Blanche was added to the defense team of Trump, I was like, you know what? He may have a chance of getting off. And then when he didn't get off, I had to remember Alina Habba was also a part of that. And she couldn't litigate herself out of a ripped open paper bag from Aldi that was left out in the rain, baby. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. And if you've been following my Learning Through Literature series, the Tuesday, Thursday, when we're going through Not My Type by E. Jean Carroll, then you know what I'm putting down. You know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, come on through. It's a rocking good time with us, okay? But baby, and then when I was like, oh, he's being added, I had high hopes for Pam Bondi. I did, because I was like, okay, maybe she will get it together because she has positioned her whole life to get to the position of Attorney General. But she decided to posture and BS and essentially they just had her as a temporary spokesmodel for the DOJ, because from her testimony and everything else, Todd Blanche has been running the show. I mean, we kind of knew it was pretty obvious, but to have it confirmed, yeah. Now, I'm starting to, lighten up on my beef with the UK. Okay. Now, my beef with the UK goes back to like the 1500s, mostly because of how they name stuff and the whole pudding situation. But if you want to know more about that, you need to sign up for my class. It's a whole beef list. You'll have your historical beef list too if you take the class, because, yeah. But it's my heart is starting to warm to the UK. And before y'all go, but Taz, you got friends over in the UK. Yeah, they don't have nothing to do with the people. Let me explain to you, my beefs are with the physical location. Like, I got a beef with the state of New York, not the people of New York, the physical state of New York. Okay? Yeah. Keep up. And this is why. BBC scores blow. I'm not mature enough for this job. I'm not mature enough for this job. I'm not mature enough. Okay. This is why I have a babysitter for church. BBC scores blow against Trump as judge in defamation case orders president to turn over years of financial docs. See, Amy, this is why we're friends. We're here. And I want y'all to know, I came across this story like yesterday, and I read it a couple times. Like, I'm gonna be good. I can get through this. I can get through this. And that's why I positioned it for this part in the show. Yeah, it still didn't work. It still didn't work. So the BBC scored a blow against President Doofenshmirtz in its defense against the defamation suit he filed when a judge ordered the president to turn over years of financial documents to the British public broadcaster. The controversy stems from a 2024 BBC Panorama documentary that used an edited clip of Trump's speech on January 6, 2021, that immediately preceded the violent riot at the U.S. Capitol as his supporters stormed the building to disrupt the certification of the Electoral College's votes for President Joe Biden. Here's the thing. I saw the documentary that they're talking about. Okay, I got a chance to see it. Okay. Now, granted, how I saw it was somebody in the UK was gracious enough to set up a Zoom call for a handful of us. They played it, and that's how we watched it through there. Right? Now, Trump's argument is that, oh, you clipped it and you made it seem like it's something that it's not. Now, watching that and sitting at home on my couch, because my oldest son was there when the whole self-coup / insurrection happened. The part that they edited was the last part you could hear clearly of his speech. Whatever else he said didn't matter because no one could hear it. It would be like, well, because it happened recently. I made a video and there was a period of time that my sound cut out and then came back in. If somebody edited the beginning or the end of that, I can't come and be like, well, no, you took out the middle, so this misconstrued. Nobody heard it anyway. Nobody heard it anyway. But also, if you're going to claim that you were defamed to the point where you lost dividends, the one thing you've been trying to do for over 10 years, hide how much you were making or not making, you're going to have to cough that up. Sitting at work, watching on my phone with an empty restaurant because everyone was at home watching. Yeah. The edited clip had Trump saying, and I quote, we're going to walk down to the Capitol and I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. I want you to think, what was said after that? As all of us were watching it live, what was said after that? I really want you to think. Don't go back and watch it. Think about what you heard in the moment. Think about what you remember. Because I think we all remember that we're going to fight like hell. I'm going to walk with you. Even in the congressional hearings, like the one where we found out about Cassidy Hutchinson, we've only gone up to the we're going to fight like hell. Nobody talks about what was said after. However, that was a combination of different sections of his speech. That specific phrase, as Trump said it that day, near the beginning of his remarks was, we're going to walk down and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down. Any one of you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen. I don't believe that's what he said. Maybe we're all having Mandela effect. Maybe we are. But who remembers him saying, we're going to walk down to the Capitol and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen? The part where Trump said, and we fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore, was closer to the end of his speech. A video and transcript of Trump's full speech can be reviewed on the NPR website. Saying that we're going to fight like hell If you don't fight, you're not going to have a country anymore. And confirming that that was towards the end of the speech does not do what they think that it's going to do. Because one thing that I learned in business and in law, the last thing you say is what sticks with somebody. So confirming that, the one of the last things he said to the people was to go fight like hell or they weren't going to have a country. Was the BBC wrong? The BBC issued a correction and apology, but refused to offer any sort of payment. And last December, Doofenstink sued the British public broadcaster, claiming $10 billion in damages. Because that's the only way he can make money, is suing as the president. Because suing in any other capacity never works out for him. Hell, suing as the president isn't really working out for him. But here's the thing. If I'm going to claim that somebody did something or said something that affected my ability to make money, or if I'm going to claim, hey, I make X amount of money per month, and because of what you did or said or how you presented me, the only way to prove that my income was affected is to show them financials. So the discovery process kicked off a few months ago, and the trial date is currently scheduled for February 2027. Last week, U.S. Magistrate Judge, we're going to say Let, because I'm not going to try the first name, because it's been that type of day, and I don't want it to come off as rude or disrespectful. That because Doofendumps was claiming damages to his businesses, the BBC had the right to demand access to documents and information about said business. Now, that's what I think is the funniest. What damages could have happened? What loss of income could have happened to Trump's businesses? Because as soon as he got back in the White House, he been selling them people any and everything. And because Doofendumps is president, they're just buying it. Tennis shoes, watches that don't have a T in the Trump. Just everything, Bitcoins, NFTs. He cut up a suit and sold pieces of the suit. Y'all remember that? Because Tazzy Farms remembers. And the unwashed suit that he got shot in is what he cut up to sell. Yep. I know the adage, old men have worms. I'm pretty sure Trump was born with worms. And before somebody goes, because I know y'all will, but he's a good Christian man. If you believe that Mein Kampf reading, Bible upside down, don't have a favorite book, verse, nothing, only went to church for handfuls of time with his father, who enjoyed going to prosperity preachers, is a Christian. Paul's name is still Saul, and he's still on the road to Damascus. I don't know what to tell you, but y'all know what time it is. We love her. It's our favorite time on the Tuesday. It's Smokin Hot Mess Jess.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, Taz. How you doing today?
Hey. I'm good now.
It's good to see you again.
Yes. Harley Pup is still having an attitude with me.
Oh.
For those who
Harley's
don't know,
just going to have to get over it. She's
Harley
just
Pup
going to have
ran
to.
full speed into me earlier, and she's had an attitude with me because she essentially injured me.
It's your fault. She's blaming Taz.
And
I remember the suit, too. I remember him cutting up the suit.
Okay, yeah, so I'm not alone because remember he claimed this is the suit I got shot in. And it was yet another time.
And people bought it.
Yeah, I got put on timeout by the app, by Twitter. Yes, I know what Elon calls it. I know what his original daddy, Mr. Blue Sky, calls it. I got put on timeout. You remember that, Jess?
Yeah, I know that's Twitter too. I don't.
And it's sent to a couple people because, yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't log into Twitter. I couldn't do nothing. They was like, Harley is innocent, surely said. Because I was like, what's going on? Because I asked the question. I was like, did they wash the suit? And Elon was like, that's a rude question to ask.
Oh,
Now, this next one, it might be my fault. Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all tell me if it's my fault. I responded back to Elon Musk and said, well, did you wash your booch cat? Because I hear you like to sleep on factory floors. That's when I got temporarily suspended from.
And you were put on timeout. Okay. They put you on timeout.
What happens every so often since he bought?
It was a good question. It was, but I guess they didn't like it.
Nope, not at all. And my thing, how does he keep finding my little responses? Okay, it's not like twice I did add it. Twice. But no more than that. So, you know, yeah, I hit him with the facts, and he hit me with a temporary. I thought it was a valid question. Like both questions, I felt was valid. Like you out here selling people stuff that you get shot in, and there's blood and whatever other fluids. I don't know. All I know is like I've never been shot. A valid question. I have like
definitely valid. Blood
and other stuff comes out. You know, like
yep.
I'm a very clean person. I wouldn't like have my fluids on something and give it to somebody. Like, here you go. Like,
right.
And
right.
I don't think Trump washes.
He'll make a buck off of anything, though. He'll try to make a buck off of anything, though. Not anything.
Yeah, look,
and his followers will soap up anything. But let's remember they were walking around with tampons. I mean, maxi pads on their ears, and they put diapers on and stuff. Like, that's just too much.
They went from
stamps to tattoos. Wow.
Yeah, they went from making fun of Joe Biden, thinking that he was wearing adult diapers, to saying real men wear diapers. I thought y'all knew that. Oh, speaking of which, my apologies. Y'all meant to tell y'all this yesterday. Joe Biden, y'all remember we found out about his cancer diagnosis as he was leaving the White House. Last week rang the bell. Last cancer treatment. So shout out to Joseph Robert Biden.
Yay.
And shout out to Hunter for trying to whoop everybody's ass.
I saw that. Yes.
First of all, I'm loving Hunter Biden. Now, here's the thing. I have heard rumblings about how Hunter Biden is for years. Okay? For years. I didn't have any confirmation on it because I don't know anybody in Delaware like that, and he wasn't really in politics. So getting information from the channels that I know to go through.
Right.
There really wasn't anything. Like, it was very buttoned up. Like, very, very buttoned up. Now that he done been to rehab, and I get it. For a decade, y'all been taking this man through there. He's like, I'm clean. I can't get a job. So now I got to go on TV to get paid to be on TV to pay the bills, which, yes, MAGA, you put him in this position. Y'all told so many lies, created so many falsehoods and everything that even when people know that he didn't do these things, the optics internationally looks bad because his judge is international business. So now y'all created the beast, T.
Now he's on TV.
And I'm like,
taking interviews.
He said when he essentially told Nick Fuentes that he would whoop his ass. I'm like, Nick, why did you try him? This is a man that's willing to fight two grown men at the same damn time. He said he would take on both of the older Trump boys. But today we want to talk to y'all, okay? And I need y'all to listen. Don't do like y'all did this morning. Those of y'all that were there this morning, and don't act dumb. Okay. If you can see me, you can see behind me, there's a QR code and there's a book cover, Anti-Racism Journaling. Get you one. Start your deconstruction journey. There's history tidbits in there, journal prompts, and a glossary to help you get through. But today, and if you're in the Discord of Sound of Coffee, I made a nice little graphic. You can save it. You can put it wherever you want to put it. Thomas talked about the do's and don'ts of interracial dating, but we want to take it a little different. Not just dating, but just interracial anything, friendships, co-workers, anything, because y'all, everything that he said don't do, y'all was doing in the comment section.
Yes, the comment section was a little wild this morning. The fetishizing was on top. It was like extra on display. To label Black people in any shape, form as food, tasty, delicious. There was a history behind that. And I know Taz would be much better at telling the history behind that, but it is absolutely disgusting. And to symbolize Black people like food is definitely a don't. Definitely a don't. And we see it a lot. I see it almost every morning, but this morning it was very much on display, and I was taken aback. I didn't want to draw from the show, so I let Thomas go on. But I do have to say, especially white women, we need to fall back on labeling Black people as delicious, tasty, yummy, any food whatsoever. They're not meat. They're not food. They're not edible. So we need to stop doing that. It is
because y'all
disgusting.
used to literally eat us, and some of y'all want to continue to eat us. Army Hammer.
Yep.
But also, before somebody goes, but I heard Black people refer. Let me explain something to you. That is like you having a nickname amongst friends. You don't want other people to call you that.
Exactly.
Like you don't. Like no, like it would. We kind of touched on it the other day with Angry, where I said there are certain ways that Jess and I speak to one another. That's cool between the two of us. If somebody else came up and addressed me that way, I would feel offended. And it's not like we're disrespectful to one another. Me and somebody else haven't created that rapport.
Right.
And also, y'all are not ready truly for interracial relationships because y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen. Too many of y'all were trying to come up with fun factoids instead of listening. Too many of y'all were trying to educate the Black people in the room instead of listening. Too many of y'all were trying to center yourselves instead of listening. Like the jokes at the wrong time.
Yes.
And trust me, believe, I can make a joke out of anything. I have cracked myself up at funerals. Okay?
Right.
I have.
But there's still a time and a place for everything.
Right, there is a time and a place, and there are times where I'm backstage where I'm cracking up at stuff, or I will say stuff because y'all can't hear me. Sometimes just keep it in your inside voice. Say it out to the screen. Don't type it. Also, I don't want to sound mean, but I'm gonna have to. Nobody cares about your lived experience when somebody is trying to school you on something.
Right.
Earlier today, I was in a meeting and I was very transparent with everybody in the meeting. I presented them with information and I was honest, said, hey, this is outside of my scope. This is outside of my wheelhouse. I don't know what to do with it. I didn't make it about me. I didn't do anything. One of the people in the meeting was like, hey, I do know this. I do have expertise on this. We can sit down and talk one-on-one and I can consult with you and I can help you. Forever grateful, going to schedule that time. Love, love, love that. Y'all need to realize you don't have to keep trying to put yourself in situations when you don't know something. And I'm saying that because I've noticed that y'all do that when it's subject matter you may not know much about. You feel the need to come out and go, well, I did this and I had. Just listen and learn. It's okay. We're not going to be knowledgeable about everything. And it's okay.
Right. And when you're deconstructing, I look at it as a spectrum, and we're all in a different place on the spectrum. You may not know as much as the next person, but definitely one of the first things to deconstruction is listen. Zip it up and listen.
And I think that's why people enjoy my classes so much, because virtually every class, we're learning from each other. Yes, in all technicality, I am the instructor. I am the teacher. But there are times where I'll say something and I'm like, hey, they said this. I'm be honest with y'all, I don't know what this means. And somebody's like, oh, yeah, I know what that means. I work in that industry, and they break it down. Or somebody's like, yeah, I'm from that part of the country or that part of the world, and we learn together. It is okay. It is okay to just say you don't know. Actually, you don't even have to say it out loud.
Right.
Go ahead, Annabelle. But yeah, you just sometimes you just, and sometimes, and there are some people who have said that to avoid doing that, to help them, they put the show, they'll listen from the app, or they'll go to the website, or they'll put it on their TV and treat it just like a regular TV show. And that might help. Not gonna lie, I love Rules of Nerdquisition, not just because two of my good friends hosted, but I'm not the most versed in movies and TV shows. Jess can tell you that. I'm not.
Right.
Like, we're discovering stuff every day, the two of us.
Yes. Like sometimes I forget to catch nerves of requisition, but when I was watching it all the time, I swear I forget sometimes.
Yeah, so
it was good.
I tend to sit with pen and paper and write down their recommendations, and oh, if you like this, you'll like this, or different things.
Yeah.
Or before you watch this, and I used to have a bad habit of commenting, and I realized, whoa, you're kind of centering, you're kind of derailing the conversation. Because when they would describe a show, I'm like, oh, that's like this show. And that wasn't needed. So again, I'm not telling y'all stuff like I'm above or I'm judging. No, because I've done it myself.
Right.
So sometimes you got to mix up how you do it. Now, I will intentionally put my headphones on. And usually, like the past couple times, because we've had stuff to do at church, I'll have it on and I can only listen. Because of where I'm at. We might be in between church services. We might be in the car driving home. I can only listen. And I have to do that because and I understand my excitement makes me want to jump in. But I can't.
I get like that sometimes too.
I use the term tasty treat for male and female across all nationality. It is used like a term of sweetie or honey. Do I need to stop? Yes.
Yes, it's weird.
Because given the history of Black people, literally, there are a lot of Black ancestors that don't have graves because there's no body to bury. There are Egyptian royalty that you will never find their bodies in a museum, although they shouldn't be in museums. Let me put that caveat up there, because people used to have mummy parties where they would ground them up, use them as seasoning, use them as teas. Like you have to take that into account. It's gruesome, but it's true. There were times when they talk about the picnics after churches, there were children that would take collarbones and put them in their hope chest. So, but it's not just about legitimately eating, Annabelle. You have to realize the historic connotation. Even though you don't want to participate in that practice, there are people with hope chests right now with bones of Black people in it. They still have furniture where the cushions is the hair of Black people.
That there's a history behind it, and it's not a nice one.
Yeah.
And I also feel like it's dehumanizing. It's another way we dehumanize Black people and treat Black people less than human, and to refer to them as anything other than a human or a person.
And even if you don't know the history, I need y'all to realize some things are not appropriate if you're not in a relationship with somebody. And I'm talking about a romantic relationship, because I want you to think about it. Whether you're married, dating, whatever it is, I want you to think how you would feel if your spouse, your significant other, came to you and was like, yeah, insert name here, looking mighty tasty today. Ooh, they look like a whole snack. You would feel some type of way. Like there's also just a general respect aspect. And you have to think, why do you feel so comfortable referring to somebody in such an intimate way? And like I said, there's an array of comfortability levels. Like I have friends that we have jokes. Some people have met a friend of mine who is an artiste. Now how I joke with them and they joke with me, oh Lord Jesus, y'all would probably be like, how did I know it was her? Of course. Y'all probably be like, does Chaos know about this? Yes, he does. And he jokes with us just the same. We, the three of us, joke like the three of us are in a relationship. We're not, but we've built that type of relationship and we've been through some pretty traumatic stuff. And to keep this person's spirits high, yeah, we really delved into their sense of humor and went there. Also, it's just respectful to the honor of the request to not refer to people in way. Yeah, exactly. Just don't refer to people that way. It's no different than like when I talked yesterday about it doesn't matter what personal information you know about somebody. It's not a flex to put it out on the internet. Because I promise you, the level of the way you will get cussed out. If I'm on air and you start putting my name, address, my kids' names, or anything else in the comment section, let's not forget when Mr. Jason tried that. I will have no problem dousing everything in gasoline and setting it on fire. Absolutely not. Don't do that. If I tell you, hey, this is what I want to be called by you, that's it.
Right.
And if
you
I
gotta
say
respect that boundary.
Yeah, and ladies, we got to stop being worse than men in certain circumstances. I've said this about the whole stripper dynamic because women will understand, oh, men shouldn't be trying to touch women at the strip club. But women, I've seen y'all nasty behinds at the male reviews. And y'all are very sexual assaulty. And for some reason, women will take liberties, whether it's with a man, another woman, but especially men.
Get awful grabby.
Well, I don't know, Annabelle, but you can reach out to her and see if you did. Dread will normally tell you if she felt some type of way. I can't speak for her, and I don't know the nature of you all's relationship and how you all generally speak back and forth. So, I mean, with her, it could be quite fine. Like every dynamic is different. Like I said, how Jess and I speak to one another. Everybody else would. Plus,
it's not for everybody.
Yeah. Plus, at this point, we got our own language. Y'all probably wouldn't know. Look at us like we're speaking Klingon. Like, what are they talking about? I was scrolling to make sure I had the time right for today, and I was like, we are not well.
I scrolled today too and was thinking the same thing. Like, oh, if anybody ever saw this thread.
And we're so random. Like, don't let us see something. They were like, you know what she'll think this is interesting. It could go from I'm at the grocery store and I saw blah 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 pretzels to, girl, did you see this movie? This just bust out this man chips.
Yep. But I like it that way. You know, that's our friendship.
And I was like, and then there were a couple messages where I was like, I know that we're talking about movies and TV shows. And I was like, if somebody would have seen this, they probably thought we was gossiping about a person. Baby, let me tell you, if we like a show, we start talking about that show like we know these people. Okay.
Yes. There are quite a few show discussions in there. Yes, ma'am.
Because I saw one and I was like, why am I mad at this? Oh, that's the character. Like, for what was it? The Boys. Oh my goodness.
Yes, I finally finished that. It was good. I enjoyed it.
The boss lady. Oh my goodness. Oh, she still makes me so mad.
With the talking backhead, that one. Yes.
And I'm like, I know this is not a real person. This is the character, but I promise you. I promise you, if I ever see the actress, I'm gonna have to keep telling myself that is not her. That is not her.
It was just a part. It was just a part.
Right. Like
that is not who she is.
Like, oh boy, from Why Did I Get Married? And there's a new Why Did I Get Married?
Oh yeah.
Their kids are all grown up. I think it's on Netflix. Hold on, let me look. I caught myself taking a little break.
Oh,
Because Lady Teddy Grahams is supposed to have 2 funerals, so I was trying to get information on the second funeral.
but they were so quick. You missed them
I,
both? Because that's what happened to
yeah.
me.
I was just like, what in the world? So then I just randomly started, looking at stuff. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, Why Did I Get Married Again is what it's called. Oh, yep, it's on Netflix. And it will premiere on September 9th.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look out for that one.
What day of the week is September 9th? We might do another little ladies chat on the Zoom. That was fun. September 9th. No, that's October. How did I go all the way past there? September 9th. That's a Wednesday. Yeah, we could swing it. Yeah, we'll take a vote. You've been watching The Boys without me. I have to get caught up, remember? Jeez Louise.
Uh-oh.
I had to get caught up to the season that you're on, remember? You've been watching it without me. How many things do you watch without me?
Uh-oh.
I was sitting there lost. But no. First of all, you know which ones that I was watching because what was I doing? Oh, I started. I'm so simple, y'all. So I was sitting, right? My idea was I will get caught up to everybody else by watching The Boys on my iPad while he would be playing his game with his friends that night, right?
Right.
He was like, during the day when you're working and you're just sitting on the couch, you can just watch it on the TV instead of.
Like, you can watch that on TV.
I was like,
the TV's there.
Good point. Good point.
I mean, I watch a lot of stuff on my laptop instead of watching it on TV. It's simpler for me. Like, I don't have to move my head as much to see the whole screen.
I've done that upstairs. I'll like put my laptop or my iPad on the nightstand and just kind of lay on one side because I can tilt it,
Yeah.
And I'll just lay there.
Watch it comfortably from the bed.
Yeah, and I'll just now. I gotta. What was I watching last? I have. What is it? Madam Spider. I could have the name wrong, y'all. Don't quote me on this, but I think that's the movie that I have been. Because remember, I told you I keep starting this movie and then stopping because I keep falling asleep. Not because the movie is boring or anything. It's just by the time I'm like, oh, let me watch this movie, I'm laying in the bed.
Your body catches up to you.
Yeah, last night I had rewound it a little bit. I don't even know if I watched any seconds of it. I woke up to go to the bathroom in the wee hours, and then I was like, oh, let me close this. And I brought it downstairs when I came to the bathroom. So we're going to have to restart this again. I don't know. I think we're almost caught up to, I'm almost caught up to the current season of From. I don't know. We've been watching that one together. He's seen all the previous seasons, all the leading up to this one. I thought that I was following along. I don't know. Okay, there are some episodes of this series that makes me feel like, do my smarticle particles work? I don't know.
Maybe you've like nodded out a couple times and missed an episode or two and don't know it. I've done that.
What was the movie that we were watching?
Shamefully, I've done that.
I fell asleep first, and then we're like, okay, we'll stop and we'll come back to the movie. So we came back to the movie, and he fell asleep. But I'm glad, okay, we can back it up because I was a little lost. Because I don't know what was going on with my attention span that day. I honestly don't. I didn't fall asleep. I just don't know what the crap I was focusing on.
It wasn't the TV.
At all. Because I was like, okay, I know what's going on. And then old girl popped up, and I'm like, what is wrong? What happened? Wait a damn minute. What did I? Like,
Sometimes it's like that though, and sometimes I feel you on you felt it's like the timing. You just happen to fall asleep every time you start the movie or the show or whatever. I've had that happen too. With the Pineapple Express movie, my husband said that we watched it like 4 or 5 times, and I'm like, what? I don't remember. Like I've fallen asleep every time we've watched that movie. It's
yeah,
like,
just like Silence of the Lambs. I have lost count of how many times I've watched the movie, and it's not because I think the movie is so great.
right.
One, I forget aspects of the movie when somebody brings it up, and I'm like, that happened, and I have to go back and watch it. Two, I realize I have never stayed awake through the whole movie. Again, not because it's a bad movie. I don't know why. Because there are parts at the beginning, and I'm like, I have watched and be like, I don't remember this happening, because for some reason I fell asleep at the beginning and then woke up and just
kept watching. Yeah, that's what was happening with the Pineapple Express movie. Like, I don't know. Like to this day, I still.
Yeah, just like evidently I've fallen asleep a couple times on the movie. What is it? Safe Room? Because people have been like, oh yeah, this happened in the movie. It did? And they're like, yeah, oh.
Oh, yep. It happened.
I'm like, oh. Okay. All right. I don't know.
Right? Might have to catch it again.
Yeah, I'm like, I thought that I saw the whole movie. I was all proud of myself. Evidently not. Evidently not. Yeah, lesson learned. And it seems the biggest culprit seems to be I cannot eat pizza and watch a movie, which is ironic because we used to have pizza nights as a teenager. And I was just fine. Well, I thought I was just fine. Now I don't think so. I'm not quite sure.
Pizza is my favorite food. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like, you can kidnap me with pizza.
And see, when we had like the pizza nights as like a teenager, it was the original pan pizza from Pizza Hut.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it was like, that's when like Pizza Hut
that
was like
deep dish
pizza,
Yes.
And I was like, yeah. So I'm like, now Pizza Hut, go back to the pan. Go back to the pan pizza.
Right. And bring your salad bar back too. That was I used to like to go there for their little lunch buffet and salad bar. That was fun.
The Supreme Court said pizza is a vegetable, so that's a healthy choice. Yes, they did. Just like Pizza Hut with the Pac-Man tables. Yes, Amy.
Yes.
Also, Little Caesars. I need you to go back to the pizza where you got 2 pizzas for the price of 1, and they were rectangular because they tasted way better as a rectangle. Okay. They did.
They were rectangles.
When they had they were rectangles, and then they went to the round ones, but you still got 2 pizzas.
Yeah.
Wendy's, I need the yellow boxes back, and I need the biggie menu back because it tasted better. And bring back the original French fries. I don't know who told y'all to change your French fries, but don't ever let them back in again. Okay.
Right.
Don't make contact with them because that was.
I can get on board with that. I do miss the old Wendy fries.
And bring back your little mini salad bar too, in the little sunroom part. Bring back the sunroom part, Wendy's.
Yours had a sunroom too? Okay, I didn't know that was like a thing with Wendy's. That's cool.
Yeah, and I used to, because there was one in particular when my granny and my mom were shopping that I would go and sit in. Oh, and that's a sunroom. I'm telling you, I felt fancy. And they had like the little
fancy,
mini
right?
salad bars. It was lovely. But now, but y'all need to bring back the biggie menu. That
it was priced just right too. Like for the food that you got, it was excellent.
And stop shrinking everything. Y'all shrinking everything but my nerves and my stress.
Yeah, I swear the burgers are getting smaller.
No, I need Little Caesar to go back to the $5 pizza. No, Tiny, you see, a time was had when Little Caesars had the pizza commercials, and it came in a long rectangular container where it was wrapped in paper. Okay, you got 2 pizzas for the price of 1. You could order 2 pizzas and have 4 pizzas. Okay, and I think the problem is we got rid of Kmart. See, if we brought Kmart back and put the Little Caesars back in the Kmart and then put the Kmart cafe in the back, we would be a whole lot better. Whoever got rid of that, your mama's a whore.
Your mom's in a whorehouse.
I was like the little Kmart cafe in the back. Baby, listen, okay? And then that bag of sandwiches, if they had the cart up at the front, and then when they put Little Caesars in the Kmart, baby, listen, you could tell us nothing.
We had a Kmart. I have to admit, I never went to it. Like, my mom didn't shop at Kmart. She shopped at Bradley's. I don't know if you had a Bradley's, but that was like Caldors. And that's what we had, Bradley's and Caldors. And then the Kmart was like 45 minutes away, so we never went.
See, I don't really remember like what Kmart, like if it was good quality, whatever. I just remember of course I remember the food in the cafe, but that cafe, baby, with the tables, yeah, I felt like adult sitting back because it was like an old school cafe, like with the everything. Oh yeah, and like layaways,
counter seats.
Layaways.
Oh, I missed the layaways. I love a good layaway.
Like, I don't know why people stopped doing layaways. Like, bring it back. Like, we had better. First of all, companies were making a lot more money on us, and then they started taking away what they were making money on us with.
Right. That doesn't make any sense. Make it make sense.
Yeah, I'm like y'all are.
Because I remember my mom used to put all our school stuff on layaway. And that's how we would go shopping for school at the beginning of summer. It would go on layaway and be paid off by the time school started, and we would get all our stuff.
Yeah, see, I would do the kids' school supplies and their Christmas stuff.
Yep.
On layaway.
Layaway saved Christmas a couple times.
I was like, what are y'all doing? And here's the thing, because one, also, you always had to go to the back of the store to pay off your layaway. Okay, that's where the layaway departments were, which was smart, because as you're walking back out, that's when you remember, oh, I need this, I need that. So not only were they having us pay on the layaways, we were buying stuff leaving the store too.
Yes.
Thrift stores not costing the same as regular stores would be. Not. Oh my goodness, yes. There was a woman who went into a thrift store. And she ended up, thank you to her for taking pictures and videos where she's showing that they're pricing it regular priced. And people are like, oh, well, remember, they're trying to raise money for folks that are low income, but they're also supposed to be shopping establishments for people that are low income also. The people who can afford to pay regular price aren't going in there for real.
Right. It's the poor people. I love a good thrift shop too.
High school is gone. Oh, Tiny didn't know that.
But some of them are pricey. That some of these thrift shops are a little pricey and bougie for my taste. And
yeah, because a lot of these thrift stores are trying to turn themselves into consignment shops, and consignment shops are just thrift stores for richer people.
Exactly.
Now in Florence, there was a thrift store around the corner and up the street. At first I thought, oh, they just don't know the value of these things. And then I went in there and really, I was like walking around because they had a pretty extensive book section, right? And I was going through like the reference book part of it. And I realized, the women that work up there, they're there on a voluntary basis because of some court troubles. They don't care.
Right.
They're marking everything $10 or less. They don't. So
that's my kind of store. $10 or less, everything. Take me there.
To go up there, especially when the two ladies was working up there. Now, when they finished their little court stuff and were no longer up there, that was the last time they saw me up there, because I was like, yeah. Because I'm just like, yeah, absolutely. Wait a minute. On the strips, there's an empty pickle jar for $2.70. Now, one thing that I have noticed, depending on where in the country because it was a bit of a culture shock. I'm used to going to Aldi, and in the front of the store, like where you bag up your stuff, there would be empty boxes from them like stocking the shelves where you could just put your stuff in a box and leave. Coming up here, yeah, they're like, buy a bag or carry it out in your hands. Now, I have reusable bags, but there are times that I would specifically go to Aldi because I needed a box or something. So I put my stuff in the box, get the box home. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, you can get free boxes sent to your house from USPS.com. But sometimes I don't need 5 boxes. Sometimes I just need 1.
Right.
And I was like, oh, they don't. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Y'all hoity-toity now. I see. This what we doing now? Yeah. Now there was
trying to get a little classy.
Yeah. Now the dress I wore to my senior prom. Okay. So y'all remember the big Sunday paper, and it would have like the ads in the middle. Right? I always liked flipping through the ads, and I was like the coupon clipper from my mom, right? Because I knew, like, I always went grocery shopping with her, and I knew like the coupons that I would clip for my granny, and we would swap like the stuff that she didn't get, but she would get the coupons for my mom, whatever. There was this ad. It was a jewelry store ad, and there was this dress. Now, the dress that I saw was red. I didn't necessarily want it in red, but I wanted that dress. I went to my granny, like, can you make this dress? And she's like, that's a lot of sequins. I don't know if I can make it. I was like, okay. We went to this consignment shop called the Snooty Fox. That dress in a shorter version in black was there.
Oh, it was fate, and it was shorter, and you're short. What?
Yeah. So I was like, we gonna get it. So we got it because great price. Prom rolls around. Go to prom. There's another young lady at prom with, I guess, was supposed to be my dress. She had went to the actual store, and I guess the dress that I saw was like from last season, but they made a new one for the next season, but they didn't do all the bells and whistles.
Okay.
And she was talking about how much she spent on the dress and all, and I'm like, oh God, you spent all that? And there's like a couple things missing. I'm like, okay, because like mine, it went across here, but then there was like a cutout, right, and then the back was out. Really cute. Long, like very form-fitting, black, sleek sequence dress.
Right. It sounds lovely.
But hers didn't have the cutout, and the back, it just like a short swoop in the back, and she didn't have her hair up. She had her hair down. Only reason I noticed the swoop is because she got hot and swung her hair over onto one shoulder. Right. And she's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, that's why we did the dinner at prom and not anywhere else because of how expensive, the dress is. She was like, you know what I'm talking about? And I'm like, no, we went to the waterfront before this, and we did a horse-drawn carriage up to the waterfront because the front of that restaurant was glass. So that was, I had to have that moment of just riding it.
Fancy. Yes. Okay.
Like, yeah. And she's like, how did you afford that with your dress? Like, blah, 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 blah. Because she's like, I know you said you wanted to pay for your dress yourself. Girl, my dress was $50.
Because at the thrift shop, like, oh, I know like she was mad.
It was $50. And I found out that the woman who had donated the dress got the dress for like some type of cotillion, whatever. And found out that her date for the cotillion had cheated, and he had bought the dress.
Oh.
So she essentially just gave it away.
She was like, whoop, I don't want this anymore. Here, you guys have it.
Yeah, so they were just like,
that's
we
cool.
don't, and it was one of those in-between sizes. And I was in high school, so I stayed in between like a 6 and an 8. I was that awkward size. So
I was like that in the 14s. I was up there, like maybe I could be a 12 one day, and one day I'm a 14. It was very weird.
Right. So I'm like, with this dress, and they were like, yeah, $50.
The teenage body type wreaks havoc on girls. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And the clothing industry does not help. Y'all are not kind when it comes to having comfortable, good clothes that fit right and, cover properly and things like that for girls and women. Like sometimes the fashion is a little skimpy.
It is.
But
And I need y'all to be a little bit easier on the young ladies nowadays, because for whatever reason, folks were okay with the stores that catered to teenagers and preteens going away. They don't have 5, 7, 10. They don't have Dots. They don't have Justice. They don't have all of these stores where the clothes were catered to preteens and teens. All
right.
they have is going to the grown woman sections and trying to make it work. And y'all get mad.
Yes.
Well, they look too grown. They don't have a choice. They're
Right.
trying to
There's
do
no
the
other
best they
option.
can.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Like they are doing the best that they can to quote unquote dress appropriately. Because I saw somebody
Limited too. They got rid of that too, I think. Limited
yeah,
too.
like
Yep.
during graduation season, and people, I can't believe she had that on underneath her cap and gown. What was she supposed to put on? It was just a dress, but yeah, there was a bit of a split on the side of the dress, but what else was she gonna do? And I don't think some of y'all think y'all done forgot what it's like to graduate.
Exactly.
Because they always give the fellas the darker colors, which gives them more leeway. And I'm like, the fellas, they can wear either shorts or pants underneath there. You can give them the lighter color, but they always give the young ladies the lighter color. And a lot of times those lighter colors you can see through. So you gotta at least have something long. And sometimes that's something long in a certain color so that you can't see they undermaroos. It might
exactly.
It might have like they can't I need y'all to chill.
Yep.
Like these young ladies, they doing the best that they can. Like, jeez, and why are y'all looking at them that way?
I wore a tank top with a built-in bra and some Daisy Dukes underneath my dark green cap and gown, and people thought I was naked. I was like, I'm mad that y'all thought that I'd have the cojones to come up here naked underneath my cap and gown. But that's
in high school, they thought that about the vast majority, because I've told y'all before, in my high school, it was broken down by programs, kind of like a college thing. So like, the School of Medicine, we had like the program of this. Virtually every girl in the program, they thought that we were naked underneath ours because we graduated. The girls were white. I had on a white short suit, like girls' short suit.
Right.
Okay? And of course, white undergarments, because back then we didn't have all the fancy, great stuff that we have now.
That's right.
If you wore white, everything else had to be white underneath it.
Yes. Or it was going to show through.
And you better cut the tags off of everything, or one little tag will be floating around.
Yeah. Tag blown in the wind.
Like, were you all naked underneath it? No. We just knew that we had to wear, and we voted, and we kept asking them to swap the colors. And they're like, well, it's tradition. Okay, but put the boys in the white and either give us the red or black cap and gown. Like,
exactly.
So with the white, I had, and my mom had got me this, like I said, a short, and because we had some other events coming up and nobody was going to see it underneath there, I could wear during the summer that short suit for everything. But the amount of people.
Yeah, because ours was dark, I was able to do the Daisy Duke. There was short jean shorts, cutoffs, and a black tank top. I didn't care. I was excited to get my diploma and get out of there. I was so happy.
We had a bit of a dress code because for years at my high school, because I had 2 other cousins that graduated from the high school, like my senior year of high school. They graduated in the auditorium. My graduating class was too big to graduate in the auditorium. We could have, but essentially, it would have been us graduating alone. We wouldn't have been able to have no parents or anything. So we were able to graduate at Music Hall in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, that's cool.
They were like, we don't care. We got a dress code. If you hit this stage and you're going to adhere to it. And at that point, my older cousin was working for the Cincinnati Ballet and also at Music Hall. And she's like, and I was like, I'm going to dress appropriately. She's like, I'm concerned that you're going to put pink all over this cap and gown. I was like, I can't. Why? Because they're not going to give me my cap and gown until I get here that night. Yes,
they knew better.
They did not trust. Because I was like, y'all can give. Because my mother was like, we paid for it. You got to give it to her. And I remember they called my parents into the office. You know who your child is, right? We don't even have a uniform here. And she glittered everywhere all the time. No. But you know what they should have checked? They should have checked to see if I had pockets. And they should have checked to see if I had rubbed off my shenanigans onto fellow people that I was graduating with, because I did. You want to know what? I had convinced people to bring beach balls that we sat there blowing up during the ceremony and tossed. We were bouncing them around. We had silly string, everything. Should have made sure I had no pockets. You was worried about me blinging out my cap and gown.
She was bringing in the contraband.
Oh, the gown was too expensive, so I just celebrated by going to a restaurant instead in front. Well, back in my day, I think mine was like $12. But it came in like a package deal. That's when they had like the really cool package deals. Like you got so many components for graduation, and when you looked at the cost of things, it was like that. Most of the stuff I don't have. Most of the stuff was pretty much for my mother. That was her thing.
Right. Mine. I once thought I was going to move to South Dakota from Connecticut, so I put all my shit on the truck with my friends, and then that night decided that I wasn't going to go, and then they never sent my stuff back to me. So I shipped off everything that I owned basically when I was like 19 years old. So I got rid of all my graduation stuff, everything. Yeah, I still get sad when I think about it once in a while, but damn, everything.
You can rent dresses for prom, you can rent dresses for weddings. But you have to realize some people don't wear the dresses just once. Like I was a debutante. I went to a lot of cotillions. There were a lot of formal events that I regularly went to. So this is why I didn't want the dress in red. I wanted a black or a tan or something like that dress where I could wear it over and over and over again. I wore that dress until the sequins started coming off of it, baby. I got so much wear out of the dress. But it also depends on what you have going on, because I had one sibling that was originally going to get married. That wedding was canceled, and I had already bought my dress. And I was kind of ticked off, like, oh, I really want to wear this dress. Recycled it and used it as a Halloween outfit for a company that I worked at.
There you go. That worked. So you got to wear it.
Yeah, and sometimes you can repurpose the dresses depending on the style that you get. Just like I did not go to a high school where people got dressed up for homecoming.
Right.
We were very casual. That was our choice
right.
At the time. Because when I see other people, I'm like, I don't think I would have ever gone to a homecoming dance if we had to get dressed up like that. Y'all know I'm super girly girl, but I went the even years of high school to homecoming, 10th and 12th grade. And just because those were the two that I was on the committee, and I was just like, yeah, everybody keeps telling me I should have this experience. And I did, but I did like how casual it was. There were other friends of mine that went to other schools that, yeah, they did get dressed up, but they were very strategic in the dresses that they would get. They would get dresses that they could wear to different events that their church was having, or that, like my Jewish friends, if they knew that they had bar mitzvahs or bar mitzvahs coming up, they would get dresses that they could repurpose, maybe put a shawl on, or maybe change their jewelry and stuff like that. So that's how that is. And I've always been under the impression, outside of my wedding dress, everything that I buy is going to have a duality. There are dresses that y'all have. I've done videos, we've been out and about, or I've been here at the house. The baby, I'm wearing them to church. Okay,
right.
Change my style, change the jewelry and the shoes that I have on. I can go from casual to baby runway ready. Okay,
right.
How I access. But that's just me, because I will take up a lot of space with certain things, like my tote bags, my books. Yes, clothes, not so much. Mix and match.
I figure out a way to repurpose things all the time too. Like you have to. You got to get creative, especially when you're broke.
Yeah, and I had a cousin that for prom did a top and a skirt.
Right.
And I didn't know until last year that it was two pieces. I didn't know that it was a top and a skirt.
Okay.
Until I was actually over on Facebook, and I said something. She was like, girl, I had this since high school. Like, I wore it. And when she showed me, because she's been mixing and matching that top and bottom and all the accessories with different things all throughout the years. And I was like, I never I never thought about it. And she said she couldn't figure out what she wanted to wear. She went to Walmart and another store, just got some basic stuff, and she did the rest of the stuff herself.
Yeah. My mom made my prom dress. That was a two-piece. It was a bone bodice. It looked like a princess gown, and I had a nice flowy skirt. It was baby teal, not baby teal, that like the soft teal blue, pastel teal blue, and lime green. And I wore that over and over as like a fairy godmother for Halloween several years in a row until finally I spilled some shit on it and I can't wear it anymore.
Now, I will say there was one thing, and my dad still has it, but there's one thing that my mom used to do. And a lot of people don't know this. Every year on their anniversary or whatever day that they were going to celebrate their anniversary on, my mom would put back on her wedding dress.
See?
And she never wore it outside of the house because, you know, cleaning of a wedding dress can be extensive. And they got married in the 80s. So there was a lot to that dress. Gorgeous.
Yes.
And there are people like, oh, why didn't you use your mom's dress or cut it down? I'm not a big fan of that. If either of my daughters, should they get married and they want to do that, that's up to them. Like I said, my dad is the keeper of that dress. I don't believe in cutting down people. Like, if you're going to wear the dress. I don't believe in modernizing somebody else's dress, because where's the sentimental value? It's not going to look the same as using the same material does what, but that's just me. Y'all like it. I love it. And I was like, you know what? Might adopt that tradition. I'm not doing the Mr. and Mrs. Christie thing, or like when Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon were married. Now the Christies, Doug Christie, from an NBA player, and his wife, every year on their anniversary, they do another wedding. Like, they get remarried. They renew their vows.
Oh, that's cool.
That works out for them. They done rocked all the way through. Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon did that, and
it didn't last.
And a lot of people say that they do that because they're like, well, if you're constantly focused on planning a wedding, you can't argue. First of all, planning a wedding will make you argue. And I feel like if I'm so focused on every year planning a wedding, what am I putting into my relationship?
I feel like it would be a lot. And it costs money.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, not to mention, what more, after so many years, what more could I want for a wedding? Like, what else could I don't know. Now, I'm a firm believer in, like, after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, stuff like that. Yeah. But
yeah, we're coming up on our 10th.
I'm like, I don't have that much creativity in my body. Okay. I be done wore the dress to Burger King.
Facts.
Like, why Taz jalapeno Whopper?
They did give you a crown there. You put it on.
Right. Like, I ran out of ideas. Like
that sounds good right now. A jalapeno Whopper sounds good right now.
We went and got some the day after we got married, because we were sitting there and I was talking to Gambit. And I was like, you do realize if they didn't still have my jambalaya pasta here at this restaurant, I want y'all to know we would have been at Burger King. And he was like, you know, it's good. They got the jalapeno. I want that tomorrow.
Could have been.
We smooth left church, and we went to go get. And my stalking butt oldest daughter, while we're in the drive-thru, what are you doing?
Whopper, I want it tomorrow.
Yeah, she's like, what are you doing? What? Why are you watching what I'm doing? And just so, I don't know if she's watching or not, but you know, I'm leaving the house tomorrow. I'm not gonna tell her. She knows it. She done turned on all the alerts. As soon as I walk out the door, she gets an alert.
Don't tell her where you're going. Let her suffer in wonderment. Like,
she's tired of me getting lost. How can I get lost when every time I step out the house, she's in the text that she sends me is the eyeball emoji.
Where you at, Ma? Where are you going?
Like, what was it? Oh, when I went to church in the middle of the week, remember, she's like, oh, never mind, you're at church. Girl, where did you think I went? I'm pretty sure everybody watching could guess where I'm going if I leave the house. Like,
there's only so many spaces and places that I venture out to. You should pretty much know by now. We haven't had any issues thus far, so Let's.
No, mine is the one little white lady that came running up the steps where I was like, oh my goodness. And I was, first of all, I was panicked, but a little upset because I was like, I know my friends ain't about to just let me get kidnapped.
Right?
You know,
Not in broad daylight.
And for those that are not hard of hearing, okay, being outdoors, especially close to an intersection with heavy traffic.
Yes.
Oh, it's very, very, very difficult to hear. So I could not hear everybody warning me that this woman is running up the steps to just give me a compliment. I'm terrified thinking that
You're getting ran up on by a white lady. Uh-oh. This could go so many ways right now.
Yeah. Oh, now somebody's in trouble. So now that takes us to the end of our show. As always, if you are in the Sound of Coffee Discord or in the Tazism Discord, in the mutual aid section, there is a GoFundMe for rebuilding after a fire. There is a family that does need assistance getting to their $800 goal. They have received the maximum assistance from other organizations. If you can help, please do. Also, keep in mind that if you are in need of assistance, please let us know in those sections. Additionally, do not forget 6 million for 6. If you are in Outcast Nation or Villains Guild, please report to myself or Smokin Hot Jess what your steps were for the week ending this past Saturday, which was the 25th. Yes, 25th. So please get those reported in and make sure you get a sponsor, somebody who's willing to pay $10 for every 100 steps, $20 for every 1,000 steps, whatever. If you have a small business and you would like to advertise with us here at GCPR Radio, make sure you go to GCPR.live, click advertise with us, and we will make sure, as Angry says, we will get you on the air tonight. Okay?
Tonight.
And do not forget, okay, if you can see me, lovely QR code right behind me. You can click on that and get your anti-racism journaling book. Keep in mind, there is a mini glossary to help you with your deconstruction journey, and there is history snippets all throughout there. Also, make sure you visit tazism.com. Put in the promo code HONEY2 for 18% off. I feel like I missed something. Also, if you're listening in over the radio airwaves from GCPR.live or on the iOS or Android app, you can go to Linktree/Cincitaz, Cincitaz. Get your hands on the book or anything else. If you would like to know what goes on behind the scenes at the Sound of Coffee, you can go over to my Patreon that you can find in the Linktree as well, to Behind the Coffee.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Behind the Coffee.
Yeah, nobody's well. Nobody's well that early in the morning. No one is well. So there are a few clips that are up there now. It will get more expensive as we go on. For many of you all, I will see you at 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 Central for Learning Through Literature. Today is Not My Type by E. Jean Carroll. If you missed the previous chapters, you can go to YouTube at TazJ77, go to the playlist entitled Not My Type, and get all caught up. I think that's everything. If it's not, oh well, y'all don't need it anyway.
Oh, maybe you'll remember it tomorrow. We can hear about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think it was everything, though.
Thank you. I hope so. I'm looking over at my notes. I don't know. I told y'all this is the Mondayest
Tuesday ever.
So
hi, Chaos.
Hey, Jeff.
I love him.
It's like I'm married to this man. I am married
Yes.
now. I'm married now.
So, in conclusion, each one teach one, each one reach one. Be good, or as my 2020 twin says, be good, or at least be good at it. So, till next time, thank you again, Jess. We will see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Turn the dial up, let the static fade away. We're building up the future, tracking every single day.
start the morning right. Let the rhythm start to breathe. With the sound of coffee pouring, giving just what you need. From the sunrise spark to the late night glow, there's a space for your story and it's steady undertow. When the sun goes down and the shadows start to lean, we close it all out with conversations with Jonathan. This is GCPR Radio, loud and clear, where every single voice matters, far and near. Yeah, we lock it in, connect the track, GCPR. Got your back, download the app on your phone today. iOS or Android, we're a click away. And the weekend hits, yeah, the energy shifts. Sundays bring the heat with a couple of gifts. The Kennedy effect gives us the hard-hitting news, breaking down the facts, clearing out the blues. Then Wayne Green Gambler step right into the zone, rule from their position on the microphone, telling you what to watch, what's a hit, what's a miss. Then it's the villain's view for their random commentary bliss. This is GCPR Radio, loud and clear, where every single voice matters, far and near. Yeah, we lock it in, connect the track, GCPR.